Does something feel different in your marriage lately? Are you noticing more arguments, more distance, or maybe even a lack of connection? Or you just feel like something is off in your marriage, but can't quite pinpoint it? Today, we are going to discuss the three key signs that indicate that your marriage may be in trouble. Hi friends, my name is Imo. I'm the author of these two books. I'm also a life coach and a relationship counselor. So today, let's discuss the three key signs that show that something may be going on in your marriage. Let's get on to the first problem, which I like to call communication breakdown. Communication is the oxygen of any marriage. Some people actually call communication the foundation of any strong marriage. And if you find yourself unable to adequately, effectively communicate with your spouse, then there is a problem. Now, here are some warning signs of communication breakdown in a marriage. Number one, couples avoid having difficult conversations. Now, if you've noticed that you and your spouse avoid having meaningful, tough conversations, you guys are not able to handle conversations amicably. Instead, you guys just discuss about your day-to-day activities, or you used to talk about everything before, but now all your conversation just centers around what the kids will have for lunch, or who's speaking the kids. Or if you find out that both of you just enjoy talking more about other people, 70% of your conversation is centered around what is going on in other people's marriage or in other people's lives, then there is an indication that something is going on in your marriage. Another warning sign of communication breakdown is if both of you constantly argue. Both of you are not able to see eye to eye on anything. Before you guys get to the fifth sentence, a major argument would have erupted. If you're finding out that small disagreement, little things that should not be a big deal, turn into full-blown argument, or that you're arguing about just that same thing repeatedly without being able to resolve them, then that's a sign that something is wrong. Communication is strained in your marriage. Another communication breakdown sign is if you always feel like you're unheard, like you feel your partner listens to you but does not hear what you say and continually does something that frustrates you over and over again. Or if you've had your partner say, "You don't listen to me, you don't hear me," and that is a sign that communication is not effective in your marriage. And the second warning sign that every couple would need to be on the lookout for is decreased physical intimacy. Physical intimacy is how couples connect emotionally and physically. That's the bond they share. That's the bond that separates a marriage relationship from every other relationship. You can do everything with your best friend, but if everything is all right, you shouldn't be having sex or intimate physical relationship with your best friend. Some people actually call the marriage relationship having friends with benefits. A warning sign of decreased physical intimacy is occasional or no intimacy for a long period. If you're finding out that sex is happening less often or not at all, this is a sign of deeper issues. If as a woman, your husband no longer initiates any form of physical contact, he no longer desires you, there is a problem, especially if this progresses for a long period, because men naturally are sexual beings. Your husband keeps withdrawing even when you initiate for weeks, for months. Now, emphasis here is on prolonged or long period of time, because there are certain times in a marriage when the wife or husband may not just be in the headspace for physical intimacy. A good example for me was after I had my kids. I noticed that my husband kind of withdrew. Then I later got to find out that my husband had some kind of psychological disconnection from me having, witnessed the birth of our twin boys. I had C-section, and he saw how, they cut me and the blood and everything just somewhat affected him. But a good thing we were able to communicate, because if we had not processed that, it may have affected him even longer. Again, communication is key. There are many instances or life situations where couples may just not physically connect. Stress from work, health problems. But if this prolongs for weeks, for months without proper communication, then there is a problem. Another warning sign is when the sex feels stifled, like one or both partners don't want it, like it feels like an obligation. Of course, it's not every time we'll be in the mood for sex, especially women. Many times we're not, but not so that we don't even desire our husbands, or that the husband does not desire his wife in any way, and that sex is just another routine, like cleaning the dishes, or folding the laundries or something. Sex should be enjoyed, and if couples are not enjoying sex, then there is a problem. Another warning sign is what I like to call sidestepping. Now, sidestepping could come in many forms. It could come in the form of partners being so independent of each other. Everyone is just doing their own thing, unconsciously exempting the other partner from your activities. Sidestepping could also come in the form of when couples are unconsciously avoiding spending quality time alone with each other. And so they spend more time with family, with friends, in the church. Some couples would engage themselves heavily in church activities. Some couples intentionally involve themselves in activities so that they don't have to be alone by themselves, because they feel like when they're alone, it's sometimes awkward, like they have nothing to say, nothing tangible to talk about apart from everyday activities. Some people actually feel relieved when they're not around their spouse. This is a problem. It's a warning sign. Another form of sidestepping could be when a partner develops increased fondness for another person. When a partner starts showing increased interest in someone outside their marriage. Not all infidelities are physical, some are actually emotional. If a partner is increasingly spending more time with his female secretary and is beginning to, just love talking to her, it's beginning to, talk about personal things that does not necessarily impact work, it shows that there is a problem. Or if a married woman just enjoys talking to another man, even looks forward to talking to that man that is not her husband, then that means there is a problem and a crack somewhere. If another person that is the opposite sex, if that person is able to meet your emotional need, this is very dangerous, because the more this continues, the more the temptation for this to grow and become, something else, something bigger. And that is how this is the way affairs begin. I mean, you're thinking about that person more than you think about your spouse. You look forward to spending more time with them. When you think about them, you're giggling, you have all those butterflies. That is a problem. Or you just feel like this person just gets you in a way that your spouse does not, and you begin to engage in flirting, inappropriate communication. All these are alarming and warning signs. If some of these warning signs resonate with you or someone you know, please leave me a comment below. I'd like us to further discuss this. Now, if you've watched this video up to this point, you will notice that we have talked a lot about the problems, but what about the solutions? What about the solutions to all these warning signs and all the struggles you may be facing in your marriage? My initial plan for this video was to discuss the 3 ultimate signs and the 4 solutions, but this video is getting rather long, so we're going to have to cut the video in 2. For next time, we'll be uploading the 4 ultimate solutions. Trust me, you do not want to miss it. So if you have not subscribed, go ahead and do so right now, so that when the video gets uploaded, you'll be the first to know. Now, if you've watched this video to this point, you will need to know about the different seasons of marriage and how you can successfully navigate the season. So make sure you check out this video about the 7 seasons of marriage, as this will prepare you for what is to come and what to expect in marriage. Thank you for watching this video. My name is Imo. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.